Hey, come on in. Hurry and get out of the storm. We got a storm coming, so we're going to hurry up this morning and we're going to go ahead and get our soup. So, the soup for today, hear it? Don't worry, we have a basement. You'll be just safe here, I promise. The Lord will protect us. The soup that we're going to make today is this one. It is try to get in the center here. This is a easy crockpot jalapeno popper chicken soup recipe. So, my family, I have made the jalapeno poppers before and my family liked them. And then I saw a mom of teenagers. She had some little ones too, but she had teenagers and she made this soup. And I thought, I want to try this. I know, as you can hear by the storm, we're getting into spring. For me, spring is a few days away. By the time you watch this, spring will already be here. And we may or may not want soup, depending on where you live and the temperatures, and it's up and down here. My plants are coming out, my flowers are saying good morning, and next week we're going to have 28 degrees at night. So, of course, I'm going to have to cover them up with a nice warm blanket. So, let's get started on our soup. So, the first thing I did, let me get you where you can see. There you go. The first thing that I did is spray my crock pot. I did use a liner. You don't have to, but you do want to make sure that you grease your liner. Morning, Storm. Okay, so the next ingredient is 3 boneless chicken breast. If you have, you can just put the boneless chicken breast in here. I already have some already cooked and shredded, so that is what I'm using. Remember, I like to go ahead and have stuff prepped in ahead of time. So I'm going to dump in some chicken. Now, if you don't want to use 3 chicken breasts, you probably don't have to. You can do more if you want to. It's your soup. Do it the way you want. Now, because this is normally, you're having to cook the chicken. Mine's already cooked, so it's okay. All right. So, it says a teaspoon of salt. Let me get my measuring. Now, I can measure the salt out in my hand, but I'm not going to measure out the taco seasoning in my hand. So, a teaspoon of salt, and we're going to do a teaspoon of pepper. Here, is it vibrating you? I'm so sorry. And that's the storm outside, not the storm inside. He's not really scared of storms and stuff. Leave me a comment below if you have a furry friend who is afraid of the storms. Ours don't really care. Our little dog did, but our storm does not. Now, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. Now, this is mine that I've already made. Or you could do 1 packet. I think 1 packet would be fine too. And here comes the rain. So, 2 tablespoons. And here again, this is more or less to taste. I think I usually do 3 for a packet. So you could do that if you wanted to. All right. Now, it says to do 2 fresh jalapenos, seeded and chopped. I cheated. I got a can. Can you see what's on the side of this? Do you see that right there? It says hot. Here's your tip of the day. Check your cans. Even though you're in a hurry in the store, check your cans because I got hot. So I am only going to do half of this can because that's going to be too hot. So I'm doing about half. Because I do not want to serve this with a side of Tums or Rolaids. I will save the rest of this can, what's in there. And if they want to put more on there, they can. Because I'm just afraid this will be too hot. Now it also says you can put some onion. Hang on. Let me get my onion. See, I was in such a hurry because of the storm coming, and I wanted to get the soup ready for you that I didn't get my onion out. So what I did is I'm just using some onion that I keep chopped in the freezer. This will be fine. And then I can chop some more onions later. Okay, onions. We're going to put 2 cans of northern beans. You don't have to drain them, just dump them in. Or white beans. You probably could use any kind of bean that you wanted. I'm just assuming that white beans look prettier in this dish. A can of cream of chicken soup. You can use whichever brand that you want, whatever brand you have in your cupboard. This soup, to me, is so flavorful. I'm fine with using an off-brand because I think there's a lot of flavors going on here. But if you have the name brand and you prefer the flavor, go for it. Now, we got our jalapenos. We're going to put some bacon in here. Now this, I cooked and chopped and cooked about 1 pound of bacon. Now I did keep a little bit of the bacon pieces in a little bag. It's in the refrigerator so they can put a few pieces on top. And it will be like a garnish. So we're going to do that too. All right. So that's our bacon. Here's our cream cheese. Again, I have chopped it into smaller pieces just to make it easier to melt. You don't have to. It don't really matter. I'm getting ready to stir all this mess together. There you go. And 1 cup of chicken broth. Here's my 1 cup of chicken broth. Now this is a very, very hearty soup. That is a very thick soup. So I think personally I'm going to add more broth because I think that we're going to want more. It is stirring up pretty nice. I'll show you here in just a second. Now the directions say after you have cooked this on low for 6 to 8 hours or high for 3 to 4 hours, you can pull your chicken out and shred it and then add it back in. So it is going to look prettier when we get ready to eat it. That's a very hearty soup. I am going to add more liquid because I want this to stretch just a little bit farther. So I'm just using a carton, low sodium. Is it low sodium? It is. Yeah. Excuse me. So I am going to add, I'll do this with you. Let's start with 1 cup. And give this a little bit more broth. That is looking a little bit better. Now I usually put more in there. Usually my soups have more because I do a lot of broth. But you know what? We're going to do it the way the directions say this time. I kind of want to add more broth. Let me slide you closer. Let me see what you think. Hang on. What do you think? It's not up very far. I feel like it needs to be up to at least here to make it more of a soup instead of like a chili. So I'm going to add some more. I am. And I'm just going to get it up a little bit higher. Yeah, let's just do this. So I added 32 ounces instead of 8 ounces. So if you're writing this recipe down, yeah, this looks more like a soup. And when you stir it up, that looks way more like a soup. You see it now? Now you can see it. It's closer to the top. Now let's put our secret ingredient in here. Sprinkle generously. Because, are you ready? And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them together in perfect unity. Colossians 3:14. Because we need love. And that is what will bind us all together. Put your lid on. Make sure this vent is in the back so that you do not hurt yourself. Plug it in. Turn it on. And I will come back here. Hi. So now you can see me again. So I hope that you try this soup. Let me know if you like it. There's my storm. We are going to serve this with, I think, we have some garlic Ritz crackers. I think I'm just going to serve it with that instead of trying to heat up stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get this started so that it can cook on low. The storms, it wasn't even supposed to be here, but it is here. And that one too. So I'm so glad you came by today. I hope you have a great day. I love you. Storm loves you. God loves you. Until next time. Bye-bye.